A vacant hangar at Galway Airport, filled with cars instead of planes, as it opened as a testing centre for Covid-19 today. Once fully up and running, up to 100 people per day can be swabbed here.
We have 9 bays here. We will have another 9 bays next door, and each car will come in, 9 cars, and then they will be met at the tents at the various bays, and they will get the swabbing done and the paperwork and all of that.
Just who gets a test, though, is changing. 94% of tests on nearly 18,000 people did not detect the virus, so testing is now focused on those more likely to have it.
That strategy was leading us to direct our resources inappropriately. It was not helping in terms of our public health management, and it was not necessary or feasible for us to continue. So we adjusted the definition.
People will now have to have symptoms of fever and a respiratory illness, like either a cough or shortness of breath. They will also have to be either a close contact of a confirmed case, healthcare staff, or in the vulnerable risk groups before being referred for testing. Swabs already taken will be processed, and people with appointments should still go. All other patients who don't fall into the new categories will have their referrals cancelled.
If you fit into the new categories for testing, you do need to contact your GP, who will need to refer you again for another test. If you do not fit the categories for testing, then you should still self-isolate for the full isolation time of 14 days from the onset of your symptoms.
Information about the virus is on your doorstep, as a new booklet will be sent to homes nationwide by An Post, whose staff will also deliver a helping hand.
They'll go in with a set of questions such as, do they need food, do they need pharmacy, do they need to send out messages, and the postman or postwoman will then take that back, and we will look after that and make sure that that gets fulfilled.
Students here in UCD are now being trained in how to handle and process swab samples.
They will do their step of the process, whether it be taking the sample from the courier or logging in the samples into the computer, or doing the first steps in the testing process.
The students will help to beef up testing at the Enfer Scientific Laboratories in Kildare, a lab which normally identifies disease in calves and is now being repurposed for Covid-19. This is all part of increasing the labour force so that testing can be significantly upscaled over the coming weeks. Once fully operational, Enfer will be able to test at least 10,000 samples every day, and health officials are hoping to reduce the overall turnaround time for testing to between 2 and 3 days. Laura Hogan, RTE News.